Hello, hi everyone. This is Shrija. Welcome to SkinOreal, where I talk all things skincare. So if you like skincare related content, then make sure that you subscribe. Likewise, you can also follow me on Instagram, where I post more regularly. So today's video is all about brands that I am never gonna try. I know I get a lot of questions from you guys and you want me to try certain brands. But see, for me, of course, when it comes to skincare, effectiveness matters a lot. And there are some brands that, I really don't trust their formulas, or I don't even agree with their philosophies. And for me, I will just not be able to try their products personally. And the only reason that I don't talk about those brands is because I have not personally tried it. And most of the products that I recommend on this channel, I have personally used it, because I'm really not comfortable recommending products that I have not tried personally. I know there are situations wherein like a product is complete opposite skin type, and then I would have to give my suggestion based on reviews and stuff. But 90% of the time, all the products that I talk about, I have used them personally, and that's why they come in my recommendation list. So starting with brand number 1, and that I don't think should come as a surprise to you all, because you guys have been requesting me on YouTube and even on Instagram. But I thought it's the high time I clarify it, and that is the Minimalist, or Be Minimalist, or whatever it is called. So when that brand launched, it was an identical of The Ordinary. Honestly, I have used the products from Ordinary, but I really don't get the hype. Like, okay, I think they are so popular because they sort of introduced the world of actives to everyone, so they have them marked there, and I get it. But even when it comes to The Ordinary, I'm not a huge fan of their product as well. And Minimalist is sort of the Indian version. There are certain formulas which I am very skeptical about, because they say, oh, the vitamin C, the pH is so and so, but some people have pointed out that this vitamin C, if it's in that pH, it's not going to work, and things like that. And they have always been into a lot of controversy, yes, which of course has worked in their favor. But that does not mean that I'm going to try their products. Now, I know a lot of people personally, and some of them are even dermatologists, and they have tried products from Minimalist. Not everything, but I can tell you about their niacinamide and HA serum, and it gave horrible reaction. There's one product, however, I have heard good reviews about it, that is Alpha-Butin. So if you want to try anything from that brand, you can try it. If you have dry skin, you can also look into their oats moisturizer. But for me, I don't think I'm going to try anything from that brand, because somehow the way they launched was very fishy. Another thing, I don't think there's a need for those actives in my skincare routine, to tell you the truth. Even if The Ordinary launched in India, I'm not going to get anything from them, because I have used Ordinary when I was 21, 22, but I think I'm done with it, and I wasn't really impressed with the overall formulas. Like, they're okay to have, but I don't think I have repurchased anything from The Ordinary except their squalene cleanser or something like that. Like, in fact, when it comes to Inky List, if Inky List launches in India, definitely I'm going to buy their products, because I am a huge fan of their cleansing balm. And I have tried other products that I have personally enjoyed. But yeah, so for me, that's the reason I just don't, I can't trust Be Minimalist as a brand, even though they are affordable. For me, of course, affordability is one factor, but what is the point of skincare? The main goal is that it should work. And if it's not doing anything for you, if it's irritating your skin, there's no point spending the 300 or 400 rupees. Like, better save that money and not use an active altogether. Like, that's my personal philosophy. If you have been using Minimalist and you like their products, please continue doing so, because skincare is very unique. What works for me might not work for you, and vice versa. And you don't need to hate a product just because I don't like it. That's the thing. Like, there might be products, that you don't like, but I love. So yeah, that's the thing. Continue using it if you are using products from that brand and it's working for you. Yes, definitely. Now, the second brand that I want to talk about, and to be honest, I just think they are really shady. And they, of course, promote fear-mongering, but also they are overpriced, and that is the Forest Essentials. And now I have tried a lot of products from Forest Essentials, because that was one of the luxurious brand in India when I was in 12th grade. And apart from that, I think we just had Cetaphil, Sebamed, and all these like pharmacy brands. So I was really intrigued by their products. So I've tried their Uptons, I have tried their hair mask, I have tried almost everything from the brand. Of course, now I don't purchase from them, because when I was into this whole green beauty thing, so that was the reason when I used their Teenage Eladi Day Cream. My mom has also tried their 24K Saundarya cream. So yeah, so for this brand, definitely I'm speaking from experience, because I have tried their multiple formulas. Like, it's okay. Honestly, the creams, most of them broke me out, because they are rich in oils and I don't think my skin can tolerate it. My mother also did not see any results. Like, nothing bad happened, but again, she did not see any results. I have a lot of clients in fact, who have used their customized night cream and they tell me that it broke them out. So of course, another personal experience that I'm sharing right now. You might be using Forest Essential products and you're liking them, so continue using it. Honestly, even if, you know, fear mongering aside, it's not like I don't purchase from green brands or whatever. Yes, I do, and for me, effectiveness is number one. If a product works, I don't give two shits if that product is from a green beauty brand or green beauty brand, but the product has to work. Or if there was one product that worked for me from that brand and they were promoting fear mongering, honestly, I would never promote a product based on fear mongering, but I would definitely talk about it based on the effectiveness. I think the only product that I have liked from that brand and even repurchased was their aloe vera gel, like juice water, something like that. I think, yeah, it was that when I used a lot of Uptons and stuff. So that's about it. And what is one more thing that, yeah, I absolutely hate their rose water. I don't know, it's just a weird scent or something. But yeah, it just really puts me off. So that's about it. But yeah, definitely if you're looking for a good aloe juice or something, they have a good product. I'm not sure what it's called, but that is one thing that I remember repurchasing from the brand. Now moving on to the third brand that I'm really not into is again Kama Ayurveda. That is again a brand based on, okay, the concepts of Ayurveda, which I completely understand. But you know what is my problem with these brands? The thing is that, okay, fear mongering aside, even when it comes to the effectiveness of products, they promote a lot of oil based products for someone who has acne prone skin, and that would really not work in 90% of the cases, and that's my issue. Of course, if you have dry skin and you are using a cream from Kama Ayurveda, I don't think there would be any issue for you. But if you have oily acne prone skin, definitely there can be so many triggers for you. So that's my reason. And again, I have used their rose water, like it's okay. I have tried their mist and their famous hair oil, which honestly gave me a headache. But that's about it. Like, I never think I have liked anything so much from this brand that I repurchased it. My mother personally uses the henna and the indigo powder and she loves it. So yeah, if you're looking to color your hair, I'm sure there are affordable options as well in the market, but I don't know because I don't color my hair. But yeah, she uses their henna powder and indigo powder, and I think she's been using it for 2-3 years now and she just refuses to switch. So yeah, definitely if you want to try something from that brand. But for me, it doesn't work. It just never works. So that's the reason. Now the fourth brand on my list today is Lakme. Honestly, I think, like, I have personally used Lakme as a kid, but now there is no need for, like, I sort of feel that they never came up with a very innovative line, or like, you know, it's the same peach milk cleanser and like basic moisturizers and things like that. So I don't think I really need any product from that particular brand. Yes, I get it, they're affordable, but keep in mind affordability again is unique. I'm like, for me, skincare is an investment and I don't mind spending money when it comes to like good products. So yeah, Lakme is a good basic option for someone who's just getting into skincare, but I don't understand the hype. Like, I get it why it's so popular because it's affordable, but I don't see myself trying any products from that particular brand. Now the fifth brand in my list is a really expensive brand, and it just launched on Nykaa, and that is Dr. Barbara Sturm. I don't know how many of you are aware, but the hyaluronic acid serum 30 ml bottle retails for around 14,000 Indian rupees and plus 350 shipping. Yeah, if you add that too. I don't get it. Honestly, if I had to spend that much on a hyaluronic acid based serum, I would personally get a filler or like Botox, because those would be cheaper. Hyaluronic acid, yes, it's a good humectant, but I don't understand the need for like just pure HA based serums. Like, I personally use hyaluronic acid with moisturizer. Recently, I have been trying a hyaluronic acid serum with ceramides. That also I get it, but only pure hyaluronic acid, and that too that expensive. Honestly, save yourself that money and just get one from L'Oreal. I think they also have a hyaluronic acid serum, or even like Pure Bubbles or Dermaco. All of them have like good options at like what, 400, 500 rupees or even max 600. But I really don't see myself spending that much money. Even all their toners and everything is so damn expensive. Like, okay, if a brand like SkinCeuticals launches in India, I understand why the products are so expensive. They spend a lot of money on research and development and stability of the products, but what is it about this HA serum? I don't know, it just really pisses me off. Also, Dr. Barbara Sturm herself, I really don't agree with a lot of things that she says. She says that retinol is going to thin your skin and all of the fear mongering. She doesn't support acids in skincare. So I just don't. I just find all of this like really fishy, and I don't think I will ever buy any product from Dr. Barbara Sturm. So that is all I have for you guys today. If you like my channel, please consider subscribing, and I'll see you next time. Bye. Also, yeah, if there's any brand that you absolutely would never try, please feel free to drop them in the comments below, and also please mention your reason. Like, it's just a healthy discussion. It's not a platform for hate or taking sides or anything. I just want to have a healthy discussion beyond. Okay, bye.